Johnny and Jamie are easily two of the most obscure characters to ever receive merchandise in the Cars diecast line. And with how little screen time some Cars diecasts have, that's really saying something. As a kid, I was so confused with these two characters. Johnny and Jamie appeared on the final page of the Meet the Cars book, and I had absolutely no clue where they appeared in the movie. They're both kind of posed like this, upwards at a weird angle. They were in the race fan section. I was like, okay, they're at the Piston Cup somewhere. I assume they were just fans in the stands or something. I honestly had no clue. It took me many years to realize that they appear drooling off the edge of the LA Speedway, trying to pull a prank on some people in just like one shot. They're literally in one shot, super obscure, very little screen time, easily some of the most obscure characters we've ever gotten, but for whatever reason, the two of them were chosen for the first edition of Meet the Cars, which is crazy when you think about the fact that the Tuners were not in the first edition of Meet the Cars, but these two guys were. That is wild. Johnny and Jamie were also featured in the Car Finder game. I'm sure if you had that, you probably, knew where they appeared better, because the whole point of that was to point out where these characters appeared. Regardless, Johnny and Jamie ended up getting diecasts in 2010 as part of the Final Lap collection. Despite always being paired together in reference material, they were actually released as singles, with Johnny being number 145 in the line and Jamie being number 146. Putting them in a 2-pack would have certainly made a whole lot more sense, but the Final Lap collection didn't do 2-packs, and in 2010 in general, they weren't putting new releases in 2-packs at all. So we got them both as singles. Johnny and Jamie are both yet to return now over a decade later, and I would love to see them back in a 2-pack, or not. I could go either way. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another review, and to another item from my Christmas haul. That's right, we got another Christmas haul review today. I've had so many reviews to do over the last year and a half. It's crazy to think that this is an item that I got 10 months ago, but now I'm very excited to be opening up Jamie. We took a look at Johnny a few months back. Now it's time to follow up with Jamie. Johnny and Jamie are two super obscure background characters who have been pretty cheap online for a very long time. That's why I said I don't really mind if they come back or not. They're not super expensive. I would love to see them back so that we could get them in a 2-pack, but I mean, they are pretty cheap. And when I asked for these items, I told my parents, hey, if you're going to get one, just get both. Like, don't get one without the other. It'd be super weird to have Johnny without Jamie, Jamie without Johnny, and I'm happy that my parents did that and got them both for me at the same time. Here, of course, we have Jamie's artwork, which is pretty nice. Jamie's number 146 in the series. I'm not sure if Jamie is supposed to be a male or female character with a name like Jamie. It really could go any way. And the character's gender has actually never been confirmed because descriptions have only ever referred to Johnny and Jamie together as a group. I always thought that Jamie was meant to be a female character. I'm going to refer to the character as female throughout the rest of the review, but if you disagree, that's fine. Again, there has been no confirmation on the character's gender. So, yeah. Number 146 in the line, we of course have that nice Final Lap collection, kind of foil, shiny logo there. On the back of the box, we got that classic plastic folding hook design, and you can see complete your collection, collect these and more. It's the final lap and a race to the finish. Collect 40 new characters from the Cars movie, but don't speed by any classics you missed the first time around. We've got Skip Richter, Muddy McQueen, Donna Pitts, Polly Puddlejumper, Constanza Della Corza, Nick Stickers, Jay Limo, Blowing Bubbles Mater, Pit Crew Member Sarge, Wet Lightning McQueen, Race Damage Mood Springs, Antonio Veloce Excellente, One-Eyed Mater, and Vern. It's so funny to see names like Muddy McQueen and Race Damage Mood Springs, one of the rarest McQueens and the rarest Cars diecast of all time, just casually on the back of the package, because, they were from that year. They were out that year. But, little did the people designing these items know that Race Damage Mood Springs would achieve absolutely legendary status one day. Anyway, here we've got Jamie out of the package. Here we go, and yeah, that's Jamie. With a character like this, there's honestly not much to say. I'm really not the biggest fan of these two, because this is the dumbest thing I could possibly say. I've said it before, say it with me, guys. They're not drooling. These two characters only appear for one shot, drooling off the edge of a stadium. And, you couldn't have given them kind of a face that was doing that. Alter the mouth a little bit, you know, put like a little plastic piece of drool there, or paint it on or something. They, at the very least, could have faces that are like squinting with their mouths in the shape like they're about to spit. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. We just got these two generic kind of smiling background characters, which does make them very good all-purpose background characters, and especially since they're so cheap online, they are very versatile characters. I just wish that characters who are doing such a specific action here, I wish that they, you know, were doing that on the diecasts. I feel like if they were made today, where alternate expressions, and especially screen-accurate expressions, are a lot more common, we probably would have gotten that, but alas, Jamie is just making normal Jamie face. You will never know what Jamie is planning. Jamie is secretly planning. Jamie is secretly planning to drop hot molten lava on everybody at the next Piston Cup race. And Johnny is getting ready to drop water on everybody at the next Piston Cup race. That's right, folks. The two of them are making a cobblestone generator. Run! Moving on. This is why I shouldn't film reviews at 9 a.m. Moving on to the side, you get a better look at Jamie's pretty prominent mouth plate. Johnny, of course, also has a mouth plate, as do most new 2010 releases. This is one of the ones that doesn't look as good, unfortunately. One of the ones where it's pretty obvious, but hey, it could just be my copy. Jamie is, I believe, a repaint of Nick Sticker, so it is a mold that you've probably seen before on another character. Very mid-2000s car. Of course, I've talked in the past, including when I talked about Johnny, about how so many Cars 1 background characters have these kind of ridiculous, exaggerated, elongated shapes that they just did like really cartoony background characters in the first movie, something they dropped in the sequels. Jamie, despite being a really background character, is a much more realistic looking car. This is something you could definitely see driving down the street, especially about 20 years ago when the movie took place. 26M3L, there is the license plate. Let's just double check it's not the same as Johnny's. Nope. Okay, we are good. Good to see. Thank you. There is a look at the other side. And finally, there is a look at the base. Now, I should probably let these two go. I hear they have some devious pranks to pull, and I hope that nothing bad happens to me now that these two are in my collection. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.